It's your girl. What's up? Today I will be cooking, so come on in. Join me in the kitchen. Cut up my cabbage. I wash it. I put a little bit of dish detergent, Dawn dish detergent in here just to make sure I get all the grease and the grime and the dirt off of them and kind of just wash them off. And then I rinse them a couple of times. And this is my cabbage, guys. How do you do your cabbage? How do you clean your cabbage? Do you clean your cabbage at all? I'm sure some people probably just cut it up and cook it. That's why I don't eat everybody's cabbage. Okay, make sure you're cleaning your cabbage. All right, I'm gonna come back and show you what else I got going on. Show you how I'm going to cut up my onions for my cabbage. I've already taken all the skin off of the onion, and I'm just going to cut this bad boy in half. And you don't have to really cut them that small for cabbage. You know why? Because it's in cabbage. It's just really gonna melt right into the cabbage. So you just kind of slice it kind of thin, like however you like. Like if you love onions, then cut as many onions as you like. This is your recipe. You make it to how you like your food. I love onions in my cabbage because it gives it that kick. It gives it that, like, wow, what did you put into that in that cabbage flavor? Some people I've cooked this for before, they didn't know they were eating onions and they're like, oh, I don't like onions. I'm like, girl, bye. If you've been eating my cabbage, you have been eating onions in your cabbage, because I always put onions in my cabbage. And a lot of times, most of the time, hardly ever, I don't usually put meat in my cabbage because I have meat on the side, so I don't really need it. But I do have smoked turkey wings that I could put in here if I like. I don't think I am, but here are my onions. And then I'm just going to come back and show you how I'm going to put all of this together. I'll be back. Now I am going to show you how I'm going to get my cabbage started. Oh, my yams are smelling so good. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in the bottom of my pan. Maybe I should turn it on first, huh? How about that? Turn it on first. Let it kind of warm up a little bit. And I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in the bottom of my pan. Okay, and then I'm going to let that heat up. And while that is heating up, I'm going to stir it around, swish it around, swish it around. Just kind of mix that up. And then guess what, y'all? I'm going to add those onions to the pan. Yes, going to add the onions after that warms up a little bit. How do you do your cabbage? Where's my seasoning? Okay, I got to get my seasonings. Make sure you season, y'all. That is the key to great, healthy food, period. Then I'm going to add my onions. You hear that sizzling? That means I got the fire up a little too high. How about that? Turn that down. My kitchen is smelling so good. Put these onions in there. It may seem like a whole lot of onions, but trust your girl when I tell you it's really not, because it's going to disappear into the cabbage and you're going to wish you had to put more if you don't. So let those onions cook up a little bit. I'm going to take my spoon and kind of stir that around. Can you see it? Kind of stir that around. Turn my fire back up so that these can, so that the onions can cook just a little bit. I don't want to cook them too much, but let them cook a little bit. They're starting to cook really good, right? So now I'm going to add my cabbage. that I cleaned and cut and prepared for this dish. Yes, just put it all in there. Oh, those yams are smelling so good. Now remember, cabbage cooks down to nothing, so I'm going to fill this pot up, and hopefully at the end I'll have at least a half a pot of cabbage. And then I'm going to just season this and put the top on it. I'm going to use some garlic powder. Put as much seasoning as you like on your food. Now remember, the cabbage is going to cook down to nothing, so don't season it too much because you have to taste it. Then I'm going to put some pink salt. Very important, just put a little bit so that you can taste it at the end. And then I'm also going to put some red peppers because it gives it that kick. Put as much as you like and go back and taste it. And always, always remember, your everyday seasoning goes on everything that you cook, except for your cereal. My kids tell me, Mom, you put everyday seasoning on everything but cereal. You're darn right, because it makes the food taste amazing. It gives it that kick where people say, wow, girl, what did you put on that food? I'm telling you, that's your everyday seasoning. And then I'm going to add some of my Earth Balance butter to this too. Pow, there you go. And then I'm just going to mix this up. And I'm sure I'll need more seasoning because it doesn't look like it's seasoned enough for me. But I'm going to let it cook down first. And then I'm going to add more seasoning to the pan. And listen, if your cabbage dries out, you can add, don't put any water in your cabbage. That makes your cabbage taste like water. Make it taste like nothing. If you have to add anything, add a little bit of chicken broth to it. If you have to add anything to it. So I'm going to put the top on my cabbage and let her cook. And then I'll come back and show you how my cabbage came out. Cabbage is done. Yes, look how good that is looking. Yes, and I tasted it and it is absolutely delicious. So you really can cook your food a lot more healthier for Thanksgiving, and I just want to show you how to have a healthy Thanksgiving. Look how good that cabbage came out. OMG, and I absolutely love cabbage. Yes, everything's coming out amazing. How I'm going to do my yams or sweet potatoes, whatever these are called, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not really sure about what the difference is in our sweet potatoes and yams, but that's what I am about to do. Let me show you what I'm going to put in it. I'm going to use some Earth Balance butter, yes, to kind of make this all come together. So I'm going to put some of this in here, and it's real. This butter is really soft. So I just put a few of these, and you have to season this so that your food will have flavor. That's why some people don't like to eat healthy, because they don't add enough ingredients into their, get off of there, into their food. So next I am going to put some vanilla, some pure, make sure it's pure. You don't want to get that cheap stuff, because that's what your food is going to taste like. So I'm going to put some pure vanilla flavoring extract in here. So just, oh, maybe I should open this first, huh? So I'm going to open this, and I'm going to pour some of this over it, and I will be putting these in the oven. You could either bake your potatoes, or you can put them on top of the stove, like just steam them kind of, but I'm going to put them in the oven. That's the vanilla. And then I am going to use some cinnamon. So let's sprinkle some cinnamon on here. And remember, when you are cooking, you are doing this to your own taste. Make sure that's the key, that you're tasting your food. And then I'm going to add some honey. And I am doing this to my taste. And then once it starts cooking, once it starts cooking, then I will taste it to make sure it's like I want it to be. You cook food to your taste, and then Just make sure you're tasting it to make sure it has flavor. This is the honey that I am using. And then I'm also going to put some light brown sugar. See, can you see that? A little bit of the light brown sugar in here just to continue to give it some flavor. I hate food that tastes like A, B, C, nothing. So I am going to add some brown sugar. And this is not something that you would eat every day. This is just for the holidays. And then I am going to mix this up. See, kind of just stir this around, mix it up so that everything is all together, incorporated, mixed up, whatever you want to call it. Make sure you're blending all this stuff together, because the whole key here, y'all, to cooking is tasting and putting in enough flavor to your food. Make sure you are paying attention to what you're putting into your food and how much, and if it's tasting like you want it to taste. So then I'm going to spread these back out. I don't want them on top of each other, y'all. I want to spread them out so that they don't take as long to cook. My oven is preheating. I have it on 350, and I am going to probably put some aluminum foil over this. Yeah, I will. I'm going to put some aluminum foil over this because I don't make yams that often, but kind of wanted some for Thanksgiving, so that's why I'm making them now. See? So here it is. I'm going to put some foil over it, and I am going to bake this at 350 until she is done. These are the yams. Look how good my yams look. OMG. Y'all be trying to play a sister, but I can cook. So I just want to show you how to make your food for the Thanksgiving just a little bit healthier, y'all. Yams is not something you want to eat every day, but if you just have to eat them, try to do them just a little bit healthier, because they do have sugar in them, so you want to be careful with them. But look how nicely my yams came out. Wings in here. I like the flat part of the turkey wings. I seasoned them earlier today. I'm going to put my turkey wings in here, and then I'm going to air fry them. I am going to air fry them, and then I will come back and show you how they came out. I'm going to air fry them until they're done. I'm going to turn them every now and then. Like, I don't let them cook all the way on one side and then turn them. No, I turn them constantly just to make sure they cook evenly. And then I'm going to come back and show y'all how good my turkey wings look. I finished air fried turkey wing. Yes, it looks amazing. Let me try to turn it over so I can show you that it's really fried, y'all. It's like, see there? Like, it's really fried, like fried turkey wings. My God, they are so good. All right, I'll be back. Now I'm going to show you how I cook my Uncle Ben's whole grain rice. These are the only ingredients that I use in my rice. I don't just use water because it makes the rice taste, I don't know, kind of bland. So I do half water and half broth. So I want to show y'all exactly how I cook my whole grain rice. I know some people say, oh, I don't like whole grain rice, because you're not cooking it right. That's why you don't like it. So let me show you how I make healthy whole grain brown rice, and you can do it too. Now I'm going to show you how I put my rice together. I'm going to start off by putting a cup of rice in here, because I'm going to start off by putting a cup of rice, and you always have 2 cups of liquid, and I'm going to add probably like a teaspoon of the Earth Balance butter. There you go. And then I'm going to just sprinkle a little bit of my pink salt in here. And then I'm going to let this cook. I'll come back and show you. Rice is boiling, yes. And I'm going to it's on high right now, right? but I'm going to turn it down to medium and let it boil without the top on it for a while until it almost dry out, and then I'll put the top on it. Look how good it's boiling. So I'm going to just let it boil for a minute, and then I'm actually going to turn it down to medium and let it continue to cook kind of high, because if you cook the rice slow, it gets soggy, and I don't like soggy, mushed up rice. So you got to make sure you cook it right. So leave the top off and let it boil on medium, and then once it pretty much dries out, then you can turn it down and put the top on it. I'll come back and show you how good my rice is coming out. All right, here's my rice. It's all done. I'm going to take the top off of it and show you my rice. I love my rice like this. You see how it's not sticky and sticking together. Each grain is by itself. This is that Uncle Ben's rice. I'm telling you, I love Uncle Ben's rice because it doesn't stick together if you cook it right. So there's your rice for your Thanksgiving dinner. How good that came out. All right, I'm going to put the top back on it so it can continue to steam, but it is actually done. You can eat whole grain rice if you cook it right. Show you how I do my green beans. I have some here, but this is how I cut the tips off of them. After I washed them, I cut the tips off, both sides. I don't know why I do that. I think this is how I seen my mom do it, so this is how I do it. Cut the tips off, and actually I wouldn't want to eat the tips anyway. This is what they look like, so I take them off. And just make sure you're washing your string beans. I mean your green beans. Then I'm going to put them in the pan, in my frying pan, because I'm going to steam them. And sometimes you get some that don't look that good, but just chop the parts off that you wouldn't want to eat. So I'm going to put them in my pan. And I don't want to put too many, so I think that's going to be all that I do. And then I am going to add my Italian dressing. Just kind of shake that up. Shake, 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 shake. And then I'm just going to add the Italian dressing to my green beans. Why do I want to keep calling them string beans? So then you just put as much of this as you want. And just remember, you don't need a whole lot of Italian dressing because it's going to, I don't know, for some reason it seems to double. Then I'm going to put the top on this and let it steam, and I'm going to come back and show you how you can make string beans that your family will absolutely love. You know, a lot of African American families don't really like the green beans, casseroles. I tried that one year. My family looked at me like I was nuts. I put the, what's those, onions on top of it and all that. My family was like, girl, bye. Ain't nobody eating that. Literally didn't touch it. So that's when I decided to do something that I know my family would love to eat. So that's why I switched over to just putting Italian dressing on it, and your family will love it. Try it, you'll like it. All right, I'll come back and show you what they look like. Oh, my string beans are cooking. They are looking so good. Let me show you. Yes, telling you, your family will absolutely love these green beans. Even if they don't really like green beans, they will love these. So let them cook according to how you like them. I like mine pretty soft, so I'm gonna let them continue to cook, and when they get to where I like them, let me test them. When they get to where I like them, then I will come back and show you, but they're done. So try this with your family, and I promise you, they will absolutely love it. So thank you so much for watching this healthy Thanksgiving dinner meal. Just want to show you that you can enjoy Thanksgiving, you can enjoy your family, and you can also enjoy great healthy foods for any occasion. So if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you share this with your family and friends, and join me for my next video. Bye-bye.